Well, hello there, everybody. Happy Prosperity Day. That's what we call Mondays. And hope you're prospering. Hope you had a good weekend, no matter where you were at or what you were doing. And trust you're just in a good place, right? No, mine was rather uneventful. Nice way to have it. And wouldn't have it any other way as I get everything on the road here. Hey, Steiger, looking good. Yeah, thanks, buddy. I see a reverse of myself, so isn't that how it is anyway? Yeah, the reverse. Yeah, yeah. Hello, everybody in the chat room. Good to see you. Thank you for tuning in, turning on, and dropping in and being a part of the convo as we go. Deborah, how are you, dear? Lost in space. Hello, Jackie. Speaking of Jackie. Speaking favor over us all, nothing missing, nothing broken. That's the way to do it. That's peace, brother, sister. Jet, what's up? Good to see you. Saw Gilbert hanging around there. Brother, I trust you're well. Brian, how's everything up there up north? Rick, good to see you. Trust you are doing well. Healing. Hello, Lauren. Ginger grin. How are you, sweetie? Hope you're doing well. Nina, good to see you, sweetie. And Emperor Rex, what's up, Loretta? And Truth Co-op, love it, Diane. How are you? Thank you for being here. Um, Seriously, it's better when everyone participates. It's like the no holdouts, right? Emperor Rex, good to see you as well. And is Donnie, good to see you. And is that Judith? I think that is. If it's not, no offense, right? The guy's just trying to read a name. Jan says, sounds ominous. It is freaking ominous. I'm telling you. It's just the way it is. And Colleen, thank you for, passing on. Robert, United States Navy. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. So be very curious as to your post on the possibility if they did sell us out. We are free will beings and don't agree. This game ends very soon. Yeah, and I'll just pick it up right there because, we got a lot to do here. And as I go over here to get myself back into frame 5 by 5. Um, so Friday we did the book and we're going to continue. It's interesting. Um, Whether it is true, the hidden hand, it's represented in a lot of portraits, a lot of paintings, a lot of individuals with that hand covered. I don't know. If you're covering your hand, to me, you're hiding something, right? So what are you hiding? They are. But as we have found, the the search for truth is a precarious one. It is I was going to say serpent. It is serpentine, definitely, but it is serendipity all the way. And so often you find the truth embedded in the lie. I mean, the hell's all that about? Then you got to determine, well, did I really get the truth out of the lie, or was the lie really the lie? I mean, today it's presented that the lie is the truth and the truth is the lie. Confuses you, and it's designed that way. So the left hand was telling us that we only think we have free will. Yes, we have a soul, but there is something that is above us, something that's more powerful than us, something that we grasp with in trying to determine what that is. And humans will put a lot of different pictures and uh, words behind a certain belief system. It could be said it's in our DNA that, we were created as whatever. Some would say God, some would say slaves. I'm still forming what I'm thinking on this. I mean, it looks like on one hand that we ain't here voluntarily. And the more you know, the more you grow, the more difficult it is. Because I have, and like I said, it's just my perspective, but the truth carries a heavy burden. It's not easy. And those who pursue truth are so often victims of others who will feed off of that energy, that drive. And then there seems to be legitimately other intelligences that are so above us that we can't possibly grasp exactly what the big picture is. And so secret bloodlines, societies, groups, whatever, um, they seem to have knowledge. I doubt that there's probably only maybe very few, one or two, that are actually, to what my research has shown, that are probably legit. And I don't think they're human. Um, they have some of the same building blocks that we do, but I think that's because somehow or another they manufactured us. It's a big, big, big picture. And we're going to get back into the hidden hand, but so I want to give credit where credit is due. Colleen, thanks for sending this to me. And I spent the whole weekend. In fact, Lynn and I spent time reading it together. And it's one of these things and I'm just going to put out here for, full disclosure. I don't know if this is real, if it's not. But I do know this. In the court of law, if you defame, um, any way slander, and present harm, whether that harm be physical, non-physical harm pays very hefty in the courts. So what I'm saying is that these are, I can't find anything in this that says that this is a parody or sketch. So, um, did some background on some of the companies mentioned, and they're legit companies. So I don't know what's going on, but get ready, folks. And again, Colleen, thanks for passing this along. It's one of those things that you just go, what? So let me get over here. Hope everyone is on the bus. You're sitting down. I don't know. You like doing the surf thing, you can stand up. It's going to be in full motion. So let's move right on along here. So this is xcorp.com. Very easy to remember, and I will put it in the description box when I repost this. So I'm just going to get right into it. Let you decide for yourself. Again, we probably won't, I guarantee we won't get to all of it, but this may be a two-parter, but it's very easy for you to put into your browser. So I don't know, again, is this legit? Is this real? Is this disclosure? We talked about the future. Um, I think our future has already been messed with. So anything that we would perceive to be the future, we wouldn't know if it's not the right future or the wrong future because that's already been messed up. And if this is true, then folks, we've already been sold out. All right. X Corp, headquartered in the Western Hemisphere, and actually, if you go in and check this out, they say that they're located in Bastrop, Texas. I know exactly where Bastrop is. I used to drive through it twice a day every time I went into Austin. Was established following the merger of the Apostle Corporation, the Allied NHI Spacecraft Corporation, or ASC, SC, and Tyrell Corporation. As one of the largest multinational conglomerates in the world, X Corp is a global leader in artificial intelligence, AI, and the retrieval and reverse engineering of non-human intelligence or technology, otherwise known as NHI. Recognizing the potential of non-human intelligence, off-world technology, and aiming to ultimately obtain singularity, X Corp has embarked on a journey of rigorous research and innovative endeavors. X Corp has made substantial investments in state-of-the-art research laboratories focused on electric gravitic, AI, and space technology, assembling top scientists, engineers, and researchers from across the globe. Now, do you know who these people are? Well, surely you know who Trump is. You know who Musk is. This, I think, believe is Peter Thiel. Um, you see, let me just stop here for a second. It's amazing how my life has gone and those that I've interacted with. And I specifically, if you want a little fun, go research the PayPal Mafia. I will say no more. Um, the new White House administration is employing XAI Labs cutting edge artificial intelligence software developed by Suran to manage, streamline, and forecast the trajectory of his presidential term, according to sources familiar with the matter. So, what they're saying here is that Donald J. Trump is using off world technology. Um, is he manipulating the future? Mm, I don't know, but that's what it's saying. It is interesting because they don't talk about the AI programs that have been launched with Doge. And it's quite interesting when you see how quickly this thing is outthinking all the bureaucrats, all the politicians, all the judges. This thing is wickedly smart and it's fast and it appears to be reversed engineered from off-world technology. The secretive initiative, which has not been publicly acknowledged by the White House, is said to leverage Suran's advanced data analytic capabilities to enhance decision making and operational efficiency across multiple facets of the executive branch. This is what makes it really interesting. No government, by that I mean particularly whoever is in the executive, who's in the White House and the representing party, has ever had the type of technology we're talking about. What really gets me when I see with all the social unrest and everything that's going on, and it's the same play with different players, is that they don't understand, they don't grasp. They've already been outthought. Now, you can say what you want about who these men are, but I'll put it this way. If I had the dream team, this was a C-level dream team. And then I had a fucking board that's just as fucking beautiful, right? This is the kind of shit I'd want to my advantage. We're using technology that these morons, these fools, have no idea about. This thing has already thought the future, and it's presented to its creators, how shall we say, the ability to manipulate future outcomes. And according to this, and again, I don't know if this is legit or not, but they're saying It is, in fact, what we're seeing. This AI is not human originated. It's software designed to process, vast quantities of information and generate predictive insights. That's predicting the future. It'd be like having Jenny come on tomorrow and we do nothing but tarot card reading for each individual. Let's see what the future has to say. I mean, if you believe in its legitimacy as a legit modality of the psyche of humans, then why wouldn't an intelligence already know that? And this is what that's exactly what it says. Is now allegedly being adapted to support the administration's strategic priorities. Insiders use the technology to model policy outcomes, optimize resource allocation, and even anticipate political challenges through although specifics remain as closely guarded by non-human intelligence. I'm interpreting that as that these guys ain't alone. This is a painting, AI generated, by the way, I believe. And we know symbolism is everything. I mean, the whole freaking sacred books out there, they're all heavily loaded with symbolism. So this one is interesting. Imagine if President Trump actually has the technology to see the future. If we say Skyrim, if we say crystal balls, I mean, I could go through a number of different things. Everybody wants to know the future, except the day that they die. Which, by the way, watching this show, and I love it when they really interweave heavy philosophy and, but think about this. So when I say in the beginning, everybody on cue, you know what you're going to do, right? God said. But what the reality is that's not being recognized and ignored is, in fact, in the beginning, there was death. It wasn't life. Life is an afterthought of death. Anyway, that's for another topic. So here we go. These are actual, in some cases, actual pictures. Other are artist renditions. Says the system utilized for observing this object is referred to as sentient. Within the NRO, the sentient program serves as an all-encompassing analyst tool. Now, legalese is everything here. If you're writing something, so what are they saying? It's saying it's everywhere. It thinks faster than humans. So this is why if you're opposed to all this, it's nonsense for what you're doing. I mean, what I see is just nonsense because no one's stopping down and having rational, cognitive, deep thinking on this. Like, well, now, wait a minute. What's going on? Maybe this is a distraction. You getting this? Because the whole idea of trickery magic is to distract you. That's why if you have people that you've ever seen in your company that has a strange way in the way that they will hold their hands and certain things, it's designed to distract you from what's really going on. But I continue. It has the capacity to engage in three-dimensional processing of dynamic targets, encompassing drones, planes, ships, UAPs, large moving USO objects, missiles, and world WMDs. Uh, Sentient can process historical satellite data and collective image from the NRO, the military, and various commercial satellite companies, along with additional geospatial intelligence marked with both time and location data, generate an extensive volume of information surpassing the capacity of a substantial workforce through to thoroughly analyze. What that is saying is that this, whatever the hell it is, the sentient, uh, I got the sentinel in my head. That's what when I hear that word, that's what I see, a sentinel. Um, is saying that it's smarter than us. It can retain information because most humans can't. And it's able to play not three-dimensional chess. Hell, it's out there in the 10th dimension. Wow. And it knows that there isn't enough smart humans to go through the data. And even if you could have build your AI program to begin to analyze the data that has already been analyzed by Sentient, you're so far behind the game because it's already way ahead of you. It says to effectively manage the overwhelming influx of data, the NRO leverages artificial intelligence. The objective of the sentient AI system is to assist analysts in identifying meaningful patterns within the substantial data set, facilitating the process often referred to as connecting the dots. Now, if I was doing a business plan, this is how I would be presenting the business plan. You're using terminology that the most average person is going to go, what? They just moving on. Gets interesting. Based on this data, Sentient can make predictions about the future paths of targets of interest. Now, I want to stop right here because what is that saying? It is saying it can manipulate the future. I mean, you think about this. If you had the ability to see the whole spreadsheet here, right? And you're looking at this in, let's say, a Gantt charting. You're going, wow, my target, my opponent, my competition isn't even aware of this yet. So I can predict what they're going to do by changing sometimes just one thing. You change the future. And you've got this off-world, non-human, intelligent technology that puts you and I, how shall I say it, as strategically disadvantaged. Ah, based on this data, it allows it to anticipate the necessary adjustments and align satellites accordingly. Tip and cue. This involves utilizing information from one data source to prompt a satellite to focus its attention on a specific location, or leveraging data obtained from a satellite to activate the data collection capabilities of another instrument. was it that had that song? Hey, Big Brother. Was that Free? Man, talk about Big Brother in the sky. Okay. Feeling really comfortable with this? Not. Sentient possesses the capability to command and directly point satellites to its own predicted coordinates to capture images of specific objects its secret algorithm defines as UAP, including fast walkers and slow walkers. This ability essentially qualifies it as an artificial brain. And folks, I haven't even gotten into it. And if you're following along, if you open it up, you can read this for yourself. Uh, yeah. Okay. I mean, we're beyond artificial intelligence. They're saying now this is an artificial brain, and it's called wetware. And that's what it is. Not hardware, not software. It's called wetware. Um, Only in strictly confidential classified environment, the sentient system can be utilized in partnership with scientists to enhance the identification and scientific examination of unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAP, or larger USO objects that possessed noteworthy significance. And this is apparently a reporting how sentient works. And I would encourage you to go to the website. You can see it for yourself. Um, NROs, sentient R&D, and UAP modeling to look up a UAP and imagery. For instance, this craft that I think this is, if I got the right, I mean, this is like 6,000 years old in China. They knew about the others. Apparently, this is a possible future. I'm assuming that it's us in there and not someone. So X Corporation as a conglomerate, international, has divisions. X Corp is a multifaceted conglomerate that encompasses various divisions, each specializing in distinct yet interrelated sectors. The corporation's innovative approach, advanced technology integration, and global influence are evident across its numerous divisions, ensuring its prominent position in the modern economy. You know what that sounds like to me? A monopoly. Just saying. I mean, it's like they're everywhere. You know, there's nothing you don't buy, interact, there's something that this company isn't somehow connected to. This one I thought was interesting. So this is X Gravitic. X Gravitic is the world's most advanced electrogravitic technology company. Its journey began with the groundbreaking X Gravidrive engine trademark, a revolutionary propulsion system capable of manipulating gravitational fields with high voltage electricity for near instant and silent acceleration. This innovation powers the renowned Leviathan series of personal vehicles and the Orion class of interstellar ships. The hell you say? Guided by the principle of universal innovation for all, X Gravitic is dedicated to democratizing access to its cutting-edge anti-gravity technologies. The company reinvests 40% of its revenue into R&D ensuring it remains as a forefront of technological advancements. So you know what I've been doing a little bit over the weekend? Just doing a little deep dive into what public companies or looking at different investment websites and saying, so is this technology legit? Guess what? Yes, it is. Now, just imagine this. You have this technology. It's guarded by trade secrets, not patents. And then if you have ever been in litigation in IP, raise your hand. You know there's a difference between advantages and disadvantages of patented processes as opposed to trade secrets. So imagine you're a company, you're stealth, you're flying under the radar, and you've got money. You've got investors that they're throwing hundreds of billions of dollars, have been. Hear me out on this, folks. So let's say that you could see a future where you know that this technology is about to come to market. It will begin to outdate all forms of transportation and propulsion and engines, including electric cars. And this is truly a green technology. Think about the applications in construction. You would have robotics that have this technology that is embedded within the very structure of tools. You could build structures that would be virtually prohibited if humans had to do it. I mean, you could, it just goes on and on. You could have individuals wearing suits, clothing that would generate a gravitic field around you. I mean, you're talking revolutionizing in the medical, the biomedical. I mean, just think about what you could do with this. This is one of those technologies that is trillions upon trillions of dollars. And if you, as an investor, got in on the early part of this, imagine this. It'd be like another 90s things with when you could buy Dell stock at $6 and all of a sudden it's shooting up to $145 and the next thing you know they're doing a split of multiple 12 times, you know. I mean, yeah. Let's continue. XNHI. And I will go a little bit over. Probably going to do about 15 minutes after. This is some remarkable stuff. Again, I don't know if it's true or not, but holy crap, hola, Batman. NXI holds the responsibility of integrating reversed engineered non-human intelligence, off-world technology into all of its divisions. The NHI departments of X Corp encompasses various tasks, including the retrieval of NHI materials and artifacts, ensuring their advanced technologies are seamlessly incorporated into the company's operations. Sounds like the damn Borg to me. Now, I don't know if these pictures are what, but they are interesting. XAI. XAI is dedicated to researching artificial intelligence with the overreaching goal. What? Yes, huh? of developing beneficial artificial super intelligence. Okay, I'm not sure that really feels real comfortable. This commitment extends beyond mere research. XAI aims to integrate AI technology into all of its products and divisions, ensuring a seamless incorporation across the entire organization. Lynn and I were talking last night that it's everywhere. In the last 2 years, how AI has proliferated everything. This integration involves a focus on continuous innovation, ethical considerations, glad they got some ethics, hopefully, and the enhancement of user experiences through advanced AI solutions. In other words, humans become dependent upon the machine, the thought machine. By prioritizing these aspects, XAI strives to create technology that is not only powerful, but also responsible and user friendly. In other words, the user interface is self-intuitive. Additionally, XAI operates the largest and most powerful supercomputer in the industry. Oh, isn't that special? This state of the art, and again, that's a word, state of the art. What the hell does that even mean? I digress. This state of the art computing resource is shared with X Corp's other divisions and alliance partners, fostering collaboration and maximizing the potential of AI applications across various sectors. Wow. Through these initiatives, XAI positions itself at the forefront of the AI landscape, aiming to shape a future where artificial intelligence serves humanity's best interest. Now you have to stop because you know what we're going to do. We're going to go, wait. Okay. This is complete takeover, number one. But two, and I think more important than one, is who the hell is defining humanity's best interest? Because who's ever been doing it up until now really sucks at the job. Serves humanity's best interest. That I would have to see in a subheading explain to me what that means. But anyway, with this XAI supercomputer, XCorp has introduced a groundbreaking artificial general intelligence AGI system. This AGI system not only mimics human cognitive abilities, but also surpasses them, setting unprecedented standards for advanced AI capabilities. Are you getting the feeling like you're the ant and someone's got the magnifying glass? Okay. This achievement underscores the company's commitment to pioneering advancements in AI technology, pushing the boundaries of what is possible, and leading the way into a new era of technological evolution. Now, that's just got the warm and fuzzies all over it, right? It's like brushing up against a cactus. I mean, when you see a conjoined sentence using the words advanced technology, evolution, yeah, okay. The bank of X Corporation. The Bank of X Corp is the commercial financial services division of X Corp. Now, I know a little something about payment. I know a little something about the backbone. Um, anyway, when I read this one and I went, holy shit. Oh, man. Anyway, it operates as a centralized mobile and online payment platform. Um, wow. You know, that's that's pretty big. I mean, I just shook my head and I said, "Oh man." It controls a significant portion of the global financial system and exerts substantial influence on shaping the economy, providing innovative financial solutions, and managing complex transactions worldwide. I mean, yeah, it's like we're sitting in the room and it started out with just having, kind of an open floor plan and now the walls are starting to become, 10-sided, 12-sided, and you're going, "What the hell?" So it's not only are they in the payment processing business, highly lucrative, it just requires a shitload of capital to get into it. And today, unless you have something that's really revolutionary, it's virtually almost impossible to break into. It doesn't stop there. Um, the X hedge fund. The X hedge fund is a highly successful quantitative hedge fund firm based in New York, USA. It was founded in 1984 by Douglas Adams, a former mathematics professor and crypto analyst. X Hedge Fund has been leveraging big data for decades, pioneering data driven success well before it became mainstream among large corporations. Again, this control. You can see the future. And let's say it's even a one of a possible in the multiverse. But if you don't need to know a lot. You just need to know enough where you can make strategic moves that doesn't shatter the construct. It gently nudges it, alters it. The firm uses complex mathematical models and algorithms to identify patterns in financial markets and make investment decisions. The flagship X Fund has delivered extraordinary returns over the years, with an average analyzed return of over 66% before fees from 1984 to 2023. If you're getting analyzed returns, your ROI on your investment is, well, you're up there in the billionaire status. And if you look at what the markets are doing right now, I mean, yeah, I went, holy crap. It says, however, due to its highly exclusive nature, the fund is only available to its own employees and a select group of extremely powerful and wealthy alliance partners and investors. Gee, how does it feel being on the outside looking in, right? Well, more power to them. X Power is manages and oversees all aspects of the organization's energy production and distribution operations. This division ensures a reliable and cost-effective energy supply, essential for all the successful operations of the company's other divisions. X Power is involved in the generation and transmission of electricity, as well as exploration, production, and development of renewable energy sources. Given the critical role energy plays in the powering the modern economy, X Power is a crucial component of X Corp's overall strategy and success. They have a security division, safeguarding its computer systems and data from cyber attacks. This division implements cutting edge security measures to protect the company's digital infrastructure and sensitive data silos. They have a media division, and why not? They admit here that their media manages and oversees the organization's vast media holdings, which include television networks, newspapers, and social media platforms. Through its various channels, X Corp Media significantly shapes public opinion. Now, that's a key word. You know, if you have within your business model and your product is to shape political opinion, and if you're good at it, you'll never have to worry about having salespeople. I'll put it that way. Shape public opinion and disseminates information on a global audience, playing a pivotal role in the company's overall strategy and success. Then they're into retail. They're also into spacecraft. Now, this is one that I think you're going to find interesting. X Allied NHI Spacecraft Corporation, ASC for short, is a major player in the shipbuilding industry, known for its cutting-edge off-world technology and strict adherence to safety standards and quality control. The company's ships, rigorously tested before being sold, are symbols of status and wealth. XASC's close ties to the alliance government have cemented its position as a leading supplier of spacecraft to the government and its various agencies. The company's reputation for reliability and quality control has also established it as a trusted supplier to private citizens and allied NHI corporations. XASC's management team is highly experienced with a proven track record of success in the shipbuilding industry. But they're not talking about physical ships, you know, like going on the water. No, these are ships, all right. But apparently, we've photographed them. Apparently, our military has photographed them. And you have to stop and ask yourself for just a second. So, what if this is really true? The founder of Boeing, who, and his name escapes me at the second, I'm sure someone probably hearing this will know, but he founded Skunk Works. And he was quoted near the end of his life. He said, whatever you're seeing now, and this was back in the 90s, maybe the late 80s, he said, we're 100 years ahead of that. And they have X Labs is a research and development unit that operates as an incubator for innovative ideas in the field of technology. The primary goal of X Labs is to support the development of groundbreaking technologies and to provide an environment that encourages exploration and experimentation. Back in the day, the VC firm that invested in our company, um, they actually had a building in San Francisco that it was just that. It was, you move into it and you suddenly now have access to legal, um, it just the myriad of other companies that are there. Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. Um, Through its various projects, X Labs aims to tackle complex problems and push the boundaries of what is possible in the technology industry. And I don't know what technology is defined as. It's a very broad, ambiguous word, but okay. Um, this can include anything from developing new hardware and software solutions to exploring emerging fields like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics. To accomplish its mission, XLab employs a team of experts from various disciplines, including computer science, engineering, mathematics, and physics. These experts collaborate to create cutting edge technology and to develop new methods for solving the most challenging problems facing the industry today. To all those of you who are entrepreneur thinking, I can tell you it's high risk but high reward. It's uh, it's something I would really encourage you to do. It's a journey that it has its negative aspects, but it also has something very, particularly if you go in on a certain awareness level. You catch my drift. It says AI, the magnificent tool for improving matters close to our hearts, serves as the gateway to progress. A cyborg, an amalgamation of man and machine, blending the realms of artifice and biology to in seamless harmony as elucidated by the scholarly Bonte. Yeah, you heard it, cyborgs. The scope of this wondrous union extends far and wide, encompassing everything from prosthetic appendages that restore our physical powers to intricate pacemakers that sustain our very existence. While the concept of the cyborg has lineaged in the ethereal corridors of human imagination for some time, its prominence has surged of late, infiltrating the fabric of our collective consciousness. Dr. E.X., the visionary mind, boldly asserts that we, in essence, are already cyborg, for we find ourselves reliant upon machine to preserve the sanctity of our memories. In the annals of XLab, there lies a project shrouded in secrecy. Anubis AI, this isn't it odd that we get these they why and listen, I have been there when you're sitting around the table saying, well, what are we going to call this thing? And the gods come to mind. So now let's just say that they have basically brought Anubis back. This this imposing creation stands as the most potent large language model known to man, harnessing the power of deep learning algorithms to comprehend and retort to the nuances of natural language input. Besides generative artificial intelligence. It imitates the conversational abilities of human beings. Profane insightfully replies to a wide array of queries and topics. If any of you are an SG1 fan, I mean, you know, Colonel O'Neill, I just got a bad feeling about this. It's like Anubis, really? I thought we got rid of him, 5,000 years. No, 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 no. The gods never die. Um, in its training, Anubis AI has embedded it is embedded vast quantities of data and documented harvested from the open internet, plus the dark web, and is capable of generating cogent, articulate, and contextually relevant text, images, and videos. Its utility extends to various intelligent applications, from the detection of potential threats and mining of data to the provision of customer service and the facilitation of language translation. Sound like a god to me. Verily, the Anubis AI is a technological marvel of unprecedented proportions. Its ability to understand and respond to human language is unmatched, and it holds the key to unlocking a wealth of intelligent applications. Now, I'm taking a position as an investor here. And I mean, it's just happy days one day after another. I mean, you're changing the freaking future. You're manipulating and then profiting off of it at a level that most people have no idea. They don't care. Anubis is so far ahead of them. Anubis has gotten a new incarnated ethereal body, and it can manifest itself on a screen. It doesn't need to be physical because it can be physical on the screen. The black box, the blue light. Hmm. And just think if you're just an investor, and just think if you could find the hedge fund, or, getting just a piece of that portfolio. Wow. Yet, with such great power comes great responsibility. Well, that never works out well for the rest of us. The sensitive and covert nature of the data extracted from the open and more closed dark web raises concerns over the potential for misuse by unsavory actors. No shit. Therefore, it's like, okay, therefore what? Uh, the Anubis AI shall not be disseminated for commercial purposes, lest it fall into the wrong hands. Only those who have demonstrated themselves to be trustworthy and dedicated to the cause of combating nefarious forces shall be granted access to its formidable capabilities. Now, I feel like I'm at the table, you got your attorneys and everyone else, and you're reading this and you're going, uh, what do you think they mean by nefarious forces? I mean, we know a little bit about that. Hmm. I'm just asking for a friend, right? Because just think what you could do. So I'm sure by now they're listening to this, whoever they are. So here's my proposition to you. You can contact me, but you've been working on it and you're not there, and there's a lot of pieces, but I can help in building that bridge. And I tell you, that just came just boop. So, it's true. They're trying to build this bridge, this gateway. Because remember, that we're being influenced by off-world technology, off-world AI. That's a scary idea. Instead, it licenses shall be extended solely to trustworthy alliance partners, intelligence organization, and governments. Well, what the hell? Wait a minute. I thought you guys were like, wanting to get rid of the nefarious forces. I don't know about this. I mean, show me which a government that is above nefarious forces who may employ its formidable might to combat the perilous threat of evil governments, fraud, and malevolent syndicates. Well, y'all need to recruit some better people because the outside of us looking in on this, going, man, that scorecard is really out of balance there. Um, Says among its other noteworthy endeavors, X Robotics, which specializes in producing high-end robotics. These robots are made from cutting-edge materials and include advanced artificial intelligence and replicants with humanoid shapes. Okay. These replicants are lightweight, incredibly sturdy, and equipped with advanced AI systems that enable them to learn and adapt to their surroundings. Told you this was coming. Warned you about this almost a decade ago. But no, nobody was listening. They have various applications, including performing hazardous or tedious tasks, constructing buildings, exploring other planets, and even assisting in healthcare settings to care for patients. It's already here. It's about to get even more real, right? Wow. And again, it's tendrils. They're into everything. And you only need to change one little thing. Um, let's go on to this. This whole thing of these replicants is really weird. It's led by this Dr. EX, a visionary in the field of genetic engineering and artificial intelligence. Hmm. Born in Zion, Dr. EX has founded several companies that have revolutionized entire industries. XCorp's mission is to promote peaceful coexistence between human and non-human intelligent entities while helping humanity. I said I was going to go a little bit over, but I don't know. You tell me how you interpret that. Um, because it tells me on a very, I'm just a common guy, right? A common philosopher, but uh, and non-human intelligence entities. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I got a sense that they ain't us and we ain't them. Genesis 1 is X Corp's robotic flagship product designed to be almost indistinguishable from a human being. However, they are ultimately replaced by the more advanced, self-replicating AI enhanced model named R. Danielle, was it Olivois? I don't know if this is real or not, but let me say this. We've read enough to go, okay, well, let's just say that 90% of this is BS. Oh, let's do 99%. I'm resonating within my spirit being is like, my radar is going off. It's like ding, 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 ding. Because quite frankly, the public doesn't know what's going on in R&D, in startup seed companies. They're deep in R&D and they're stealth. I have an award for the mobile application I invented, and we received this reward in the industry as the most stealth company because what we were developing was so far ahead. Yeah. So anyway, they got this new Genesis SR5 replicants. Kind of reminds me of iRobot, right? The law of one, a robot may not injure a human being, or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. The law of two, a robot must obey orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. Law three, a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law. And then you've got the zeroth law above all the others. A robot may not harm humanity or by inaction allow humanity to come to harm. Okay, some crazy shit here, man. They get into the UAPs big time. Two known types of UFOs or UAPs. One is the technogenic nuts and bolts UAPs, unidentified flying objects, which are controlled by humanoids, made from unknown off-world technology and engineered materials beyond our comprehension. The thing is, once you introduce a material that you say, well, it doesn't exist now, you've opened the door because, you know, you would search no matter and go, all right, so where did this material come from? Two, these are energy or plasma-based consciousness, orbs or lights. Some might be controlled remotely through a mind-projected augmented reality control interface. These UAPs might be able to take any symbolic form similar as uh, VR, virtual reality, and augmented reality, digital holograms, but then within our physical world or reality. And other energy plasma like UAPs might be non-carbon based life forms. They get into the electromagnetic spectrum of how you can detect these UAPs. And again, the information in here is quite interesting. I mean, what's going on? Gets into about how they can now track these um, ships or whatever the hell they are. Um, yeah, and folks, again, we haven't even gotten into half of this. So we'll just cut off from there, but it gets even more interesting as I'll scan and let you see. Um, I mean, what if, let's just say, what if Elon Musk, and I'll get out of here, will visit this again? And again, it's the website is xcorp.com. Check it out for yourself. Um, so it begs to have an open, honest discussion. What if there is an influence now that has been unleashed that is off-world technology? And what if there is, in fact, existence of intelligent, sentient beings? And what if we're entering in either the end of a timeline or the implementation of something new? What if a situation, and hear me out on this, I wrote notes on this, folks. I'm on the record. Go back and see the video that I did. I think it was July 14th, the day after Trump's miraculous avoidance of meeting the hereafter. And remember when I told you it only takes one thing, you change it. And then that has a correlating cause and effect that happens. And you already know it because you know that one little moment and you change it. What if that is what's happened here? And what if we are in a cascading effect right now? And what if there is an intelligence, a sentient intelligence that is influencing world leaders? You think what Trump has access to now is technology no executive office has ever had. I mean, this is not hyperbole. This is a fact. And what if all the stories of Eisenhower, Truman, um, others that have met the off-worlders, and what if we are seeing this unfolding in real time in such a manner that as more and more people go to that website, more and more people start reading this and start consuming it, even if it's nothing more than a distraction? Whoever wrote it very well. They used a particular vernacular in their writing that is one, a person that is highly educated, well versed in a multidiscipline of technologies, and has apparently documentation backing up the assertion. It changes the dynamics of everything. Everything that we see or witnessing right now could almost then become that we're in this cause and effect that we somehow can't escape. Because if we, you, me, had access to that technology, what would happen? I think that it would be the annihilation theory. We would all just become, wow. I can only imagine chaos at that point. Just something to think about. And I don't know what this technology, I have a sense that we may see a display of off-world technology here real soon. Maybe it's just me, but watch what's going on over in Europe. I got a sense, folks, that yeah, because we're thinking conventional. I think that there's something that's going to be unvery conventional. All right. Hope everyone has enjoyed that. How y'all been in the chat room? I haven't even got to see anyone. I'll have to go back and um, see what the thoughts are. But again, I don't know. But as you read through the rest of this, and we'll probably may visit this on Wednesday. I don't know. It's you just at the end of it, you're going, okay. It's like one of the things like I love what my wife says. I said, all right, so now that we know this, well, now what do we do with it? I mean, for me, it'd be very interesting to, get into seeing some of the companies that are looking for funding involved in this arena. You can really get an insight and begin to see, well, what's really moving. What's got angel investors, mezzanine financing investing, what's really gotten their engines, because there's tens of trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline right now. I mean, and yeah, I don't know. Gravitic, propulsion technology. That's a game changer. Hey, wow. All right, folks. Well, I hope you found that this of interest. I mean, again, even if it's all satire, what some brilliant freaking minds that wrote it. I mean, congratulations on that. But if, as the CIA has always done, put the truth in there with it, they're not smart enough to figure it out. If they think it's all just, misinformation and hyperbole, they're never going to catch what we put in there. And even if the ones who do catch it, the rest of the majority are not going to, yeah. All right, everybody. Hey, Gaia, how you doing? Susie Q, good to see you. Mary Wins, much love to you, darling. ED4 Action, good to see you as well. Um, I have to go back and read this. Sarah, how are you? It's good mind candy, isn't it? I mean, you're going, and the whole idea is that you've now got companies that are received. Listen, if there's one thing Doge has found out, if you had the right connections, you could get your idea funded by the United States. And I mean, you didn't have to go like we had to go through the different stages. Hell no. You could get tens of millions on the most, whatever the idea was, then you're just going, yeah. So, and in the midst of that, you know that there are companies that are working in these areas. So anyway, Loretta, how you doing, everyone? All right. We'll be here with the ladies tomorrow. And we'll no doubt probably talk about this, because what if we're living already? Well, we are. It's just a fact. We are living in an alternate course of history. If history was interfered with in July 13th, 2024 at 5 something p.m., whenever that took place, and if that's the one thing that they altered, we're living in the cascading effect of that now. And I think all bets are off as to what's coming down the line. Tell me what you think of. Lauren, thank you, sweetie. Well, look who it is. Hello, evolutionary energy arcs. Mike and Cindy, how are y'all going? Y'all still going to do the interview? I think that would be fun. Much love to y'all. Things are about to change forever. Yeah. And Mike Cindy, let me know what you think on this. I mean, I've had this reoccurring thing that I've seen it, that at least in my mind, in Wayne's world, that is the one frame of time history that I thought and thought about it that changed. It would have been the one you wouldn't like again, you wouldn't have to do a big event. You would have to just change one little thing by a millisecond. Wow. And now look at this. Um, Mind blown, right? Jeez, now what do we do with it? That's what my wife would say. So now, Steiger, what are you going to do with that? And she laughs because, I was like, a dog with a junkyard dog with a bone, and I keep chewing on this thing and I keep on thinking, and I'm on the record, go back and watch it when I said, is Trump a demigod? But now I'm seeing the fact that I think was where the off-worlders changed our destiny. They changed human they changed the future. Trump is supposed to be dead now. He was supposed to have been on the sacrificial altar, but that didn't happen. Wow. And if you look at how it's just an hypothesis. That's all I got to say. All right, everybody. Um, Make sure to support our good friends over there, Mike Cindy over at Evolutionary Healing Arts. Hello, Trina. How are you, sweetie? See you tomorrow. Um, and along, with Nina and Robert and all the others. All right, folks, this has been damn fun. Really went over on it. But what if, just in a world of possibilities, what if? All right, everyone. Thank you. Much love to you. And if they allow us to, we'll see each other tomorrow. I mean, at least they didn't screw up that part of our future, right? Yeah. All right, everyone.